Digital currencies on the rise this morning, even after breaking news late last night that Genesis filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection.
There's a reason that this Genesis bankruptcy filing is the #1 read story.
The company listed over 100,000 creditors, with Gemini at the top of that list. It also had aggregate liabilities potentially as high as $11 billion. This puts Genesis alongside other fallen crypto exchanges and lenders, including BlockFi, FTX, Celsius, and Voyager.
It has been a very, very tough year for crypto, but let's talk about what we could expect over the next 12 months. David.
Bitcoin was soaring on Saturday, surpassing $23,000 for the first time since mid-August of 2022. The next big thing is that following the footsteps of embattled FTX and BlockFi, another cryptocurrency lender, Genesis Global Holdco LLC, and two of its subsidiaries have filed for bankruptcy, indicating how the crypto fall has created a ripple effect in the market. How long will Bitcoin survive the Genesis bankruptcy filing? Will Bitcoin prices go higher or lower ahead? Is it time to hold on to Bitcoin or not? In this video, we're going to see why Michael Saylor is so bullish about Bitcoin. To know more details, stay tuned until the end of the video. And if you haven't yet joined our community, be sure to subscribe to my channel. You can also hit that bell icon to never miss out on any video. Let's dive into it.
I could say, Dan, first of all, on the cycle, I feel like there were 3 cycles since August 2020, right? I mean, Bitcoin ran up to about 60,000. It ran down to the 30s. It ran up to the 60s again. It ran down to the 30s again. It ran up to 47, and we thought it was headed north. And then I think the Fed started cranking on the tightening, and then it crashed down, right? And then we thought we were going back up again, and then the FTX thing happened, and we got hammered again. So you could think 1 to easily 3 cycles in 24 months. I think, that's a humbling experience. I probably underestimated to a certain degree the volatility that we were going to have a year after I got into this.
The bear market rally that perplexed much of the crypto industry continued into the weekend as Bitcoin hit $23,230 for the first time since August of 2022. Bitcoin is now up 50% from its local low of $15,400. Analyzing the Bitcoin price chart closely, it's also revealed that Bitcoin was attempting to create a support level around the $20,000 mark. This is all good news for Bitcoin, especially after seeing the worst crypto year for a long time. From Luna to the FTX saga, all of these bankruptcies have seriously wounded Bitcoin prices in 2022. But 2023 gives a breath of relief to investors. Saylor says that he's supporting Bitcoin because it benefits the ideas of financial freedom. He also highlights how we've seen the 3 crypto cycles in just 24 months. Other crypto analysts are also feeling upbeat about the recent movement in the Bitcoin market. Is the market signaling bottom? Will the Bitcoin price soon start to recover? What's your Bitcoin price outlook for 2023? Let me know what you guys think in the comments section below.
There were a lot of decent people that did trust them, right? You got a lot of crypto influencers, a lot of Bitcoin influencers, and they were sponsored by Blockfolio and FTX and Celsius and some of the other players in the space. If you were sponsored by Voyager or BlockFi or FTX, and then someone decided to use one of those, then they've suffered. I think the Gemini Earn product, right, where people actually bought Bitcoin through Gemini and then they transfer it to Genesis, and Genesis generates yield by maybe loaning it out to 3 Arrows, and 3 Arrows loses it and Genesis can't pay you back. And that's a low point in the industry. It's a growing pain. It's a brutally expensive market lesson, but it just reminds you of the corrupting influence of the industry. There are so many people that are counterfeiting money or they're just stealing the money. It's not the finest moment for the crypto industry.
Genesis, one of the biggest cryptocurrency lenders, has filed for bankruptcy in the United States, becoming the latest casualty of the global crypto meltdown. Genesis's bankruptcy is the latest hammer blow for the crypto sector, which is still reeling from the collapse of FTX and the arrest of its founder Sam Bankman-Fried. According to the bankruptcy filings, Genesis owes Gemini over $750 million, making it the firm's top creditor. What effect will all these bankruptcies have on the crypto space? As for now, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Dogecoin all made significant gains, though analysts have also warned that we shouldn't take these movements as a sign that the bear market has ended. Many are wondering if the bankruptcy of crypto lender Genesis is the end of the era for the spreading FTX contagion. Experts have also pointed to the Genesis bankruptcy and fears of a recession as sources of possible risk. Let's get into the next clip to see why Michael Saylor is so bullish on Bitcoin. But before going ahead, be sure to give this video a big ol' thumbs up.
If you have a less than 4-year time horizon, you're just a trader. You're just a speculator. And if you think you're going to hold Bitcoin for 4 to 10 years, you probably you don't understand Bitcoin yet. You should probably go study it hard, right? Because I think once you understand Bitcoin, you got to have a 10-year plus time horizon. And when you really understand it, you realize you should have a 100-year time horizon. I never really took a 100-year time horizon. I never considered investing in anything for 100 years before I discovered Bitcoin. Mm-hmm. If you had asked me, in the year 2020, in March of 2020, is there anything that you would invest in for 100 years? Is it even relevant to ask about the outlook for the asset in multiple decades? I would have said, yeah, you're crazy, right? You don't know what Google's going to do in 100 years. You don't know what Apple will be. I mean, you don't know, you can't own that land for 100 years. You don't know anything really. You don't know that people will use natural gas. Oil may be obsolete. Maybe we'll use nuclear fusion. So I would say there's a pretty big inflection point that 8 billion people on the planet had things they could invest in that had a useful investment life of 10, 20, 30, 40 years. It used to be a long time frame was 20 years. And it was only after discovering Bitcoin that I started thinking different. And if you roll the clock back to like the first podcast I did after I bought Bitcoin, people asked me about Bitcoin. I said, well, I looked at it versus gold. And I started analyzing it, and I was trying to figure out which one was better, because it was the question of, do I buy 500 million of Bitcoin or 500 million of gold? And once I, read the Bitcoin standard and I started understanding stock to flow, and I started thinking about hardness of a commodity, I realized, well, the half-life of gold is 35 years. If you keep increasing the supply by 2%, it's a 35-year half-life. And I knew enough of nonlinear mathematics and engineering to see that the stock to flow of Bitcoin is effectively zero, because in the limit, as t goes to infinity, the number is 21 million, and in the limit, as t goes to infinity, the stock to flow is infinity. There is no inflation in the limit.
Bitcoin has moved into a leading position among global assets, outperforming major asset classes. And then there's Saylor's continued devotion to holding Bitcoin amid the crypto winter. For Michael Saylor, Bitcoin is a fight for long-term value. Saylor said that he sees the demand for Bitcoin growing in the coming years, not only from institutions, but from individual people around the world, which would have the effect of pushing its value upward. Saylor has argued people should hold Bitcoin as an investment. He himself plans to hold his Bitcoin for 100 years, describing it as the world's best collateral. After considering a variety of options with a 100-year outlook, Saylor decided Bitcoin was the only option. tax and fees kill almost every other asset, he concluded, and those that aren't killed are instead crippled because they're controlled by a CEO, government, or country. Bitcoin, on the other hand, is evolving, and over time, it gets harder, stronger, and faster. In this crypto winter, we're starting to see some early signs of what could be a slight warming of the bear market, with Bitcoin crossing and holding around $21,000. So, what do you guys think? How will Bitcoin perform in 2023? Will Bitcoin bulls rally? Is Bitcoin the best asset with a 100-year outlook? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. For more videos on crypto, the market, and the economy, be sure to subscribe to my channel. You can also hit that bell icon to never miss out on any video. And of course, don't forget to like and share. I'll see you guys in the next video. Adios, and thanks for watching.